Now, with regard to the US dollar, right, and so I am an American. I'm a former United States Army infantry and intelligence professional. So I do love my country, but we have to be real about one thing. This right here is from the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank. And what they show is that when we got off the gold standard, we basically increased the money supply until 2008. And some event happened in 2008. I'm not sure if any of you guys are aware of that, but we did some quantitative easing and we fundamentally changed the slope of the line. And that happened until about March of 2010. And you see that that line takes another change in terms of its slope, right? And so when the United States poured trillions of dollars of new supply into the money supply, we not only diluted our currency for people here in the US, but since 60% of foreign reserves are in US dollars, we made the rest of the world poor, right? And before, in 2008, that may not have been a problem because quite frankly, there was nowhere else for the rest of the world to go, right? And we had pretty much locked in the money supply, the financial system, so that if you wanted to participate in the global economy, you had to deal in dollars and be part of this banking system. But things are changing, right? So what this is right here is this is written testimony of Brian Brooks in his testimony to the United States Senate just recently. And by the way, Brian Brooks, we have a tentatively he's going to speak. We won't know until, you can't confirm until January when the schedule opens, but he should be with us at the US Capitol. He says, today, roughly 60 million Americans own some type of cryptocurrency with a total market cap of 430 billion. That's roughly 20% of every man, woman, and child in the United States, right? So I look at cryptocurrency, if we're talking about fintech and financial systems, right? Just looking at this chart, right? The fintech space, it's going to change, right? This is math. And sometimes people will say things like, well, that's not going to happen. The US dollar is strong. Things are going to continue the way that they had. And they essentially are locked into a particular paradigm, like they were with the real estate industry in 2008. Right? But in the fintech space, we need to be ready for major changes. And I think blockchain is going to be a significant part of those major changes. And the entire fintech banking technology stack, right, is somewhat inconsistent with a decentralized stack because the current banking system is all centrally controlled client server, and this space is all wallet based. It's an entirely different architecture type. So if we're talking about fintech, right, we need to recognize that there are a lot of changes coming. I can't tell you how it's going to go, but it is a great time for innovation. It's a great time for people to look for problems and to work with governments around the world to help them essentially adjust into whatever the new fintech normal is going to look like. Because this curve here, right, this is real, right? And you see the curve never goes back down. And so what does that mean? I don't know. But I think that if a lot of countries are looking at doing things like central bank digital currencies, right, they're all, before they said this was a Ponzi scheme and a scam, now they're saying if you can't beat them, join them. But if you download a wallet, right, for a dollar, a US dollar, or a UK coin, you download that onto every single person's phone, and that wallet can also hold Bitcoin. They start to see the comparison between one system and another, right? Things are going to change.